Here we have the last pasuk of vezot haberaha. Ulchol ayad hazaka ulchol amora agadol asher asa Moshe le'enei kol Israel. And in all the mighty hand and in all the great terror which Moses wrought in the sight of all Israel, is connected to BERESHITH bara Elokim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. This is a book that Mr. George Chabusha, Zichrono Livracha, gave to me, which I use almost every day. So this is in his honor, George Chabusha. So we learn that everything in the Torah has a reason, and there's a rabbi, his name is Tzaddik Rabbi Eliyahu HaKohen of Izmir, of Turkey. He wrote a whole book. He wrote a whole book talking about how words, pesukim, even letters are connected to each other. It's called, in French, in juxtaposition, juxtaposition where one is related to the other. But funny enough, this is the last pasuk of the Torah, vezot haberaha, and this is the first pasuk of the Torah. So what I'm going to do very quickly is I'm going to explain what's the connection between the last pasuk and the first pasuk. Rabbi Eliyahu HaKohen of Izmir gave three explanations. First explanation is that how do we know that God created the world? BERESHITH bara Elokim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz ve'haaretz hayta tohu v'avohu v'choshen al pnei. Very nice. This is a very nice story. Indeed, we learned from the first course that we need the emunah. Yes, but what about somebody that doesn't have emunah? How do you prove to him that indeed all this, until Yom HaShishi, that it's God that created the world? Very simply, the last pasuk explains that God created the universe. Nobody existed at the time of creation to testify. So what does the last pasuk say? See for yourself. And in all the mighty hand and in all the great terror which Moses wrought in sight of all Israel. In the presence of all Bnei Israel, who all saw firsthand God's unlimited power over the natural forces that we see in Yetziat Mitzrayim. Yetziat Mitzrayim, which is a supernatural force with the 10 plagues and the miracles in the desert and the opening of the sea and Matan Torah, that is enough proof, even for the Supreme Court, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that Hashem is the master of the universe. So we are connecting the last pasuk of vezot haberaha, which, again, explain and give character to Hashem's greatness over the nature. And only then, when we understand the last pasuk, we can therefore prove that BERESHITH bara Elokim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. That is according to the Tzaddik Rabbi Eliyahu HaKohen. Second reason, one of the second reasons is Bnei Israel were afraid that when Moses dies, that they're lost. Without Moses, what are they going to do? Yes, they have Yehoshua bin Nun, of course, a great tzaddik, a great leader, but it's not Moshe Rabbeinu. It's written, nobody was like Moshe. Moshe saw Hashem panim el panim, with one bifrozdor, one tiny layer was separating Hashem to Moshe, and Bnei Israel were indeed afraid. The answer is in Reshit. For Reshit. Reshit means one. In the Torah, it mentions only 3 times where we hear the word Reshit, which is first or one. The first one is for Bnei Israel, Torah, and Terumah. So we are explaining here, Hashem is comforting Bnei Israel, even though Moshe Rabbeinu indeed passes away in vezot haberaha. The Torah was not created only for Moshe Rabbeinu. The Torah was not created only for one person. The Torah was created for Reshit, for first, which is Bnei Israel. And the last one, which I find the coolest, if I could say, is when Moshe Rabbeinu received Shnei Luchot Avanim, and he saw the sinning of Bnei Israel, he broke the tablets. And at that moment, which I didn't know until yesterday, until I studied a bit deeper, at that moment, the phenomenon of Shichechat HaTorah happened. What is Shichechat HaTorah? Forgetting of the Torah. Anybody that would study Torah before Matan Torah. Yes, indeed, before Matan Torah, we already were studying the oral Torah. Anybody that would study oral Torah before Matan Torah, before the breaking of the Luchot, would never forget their studies, would never forget what they studied. It was a huge miracle. But thanks, in a way, I won't say because you'll see after what the Talmud says, thanks to Moshe, he created the phenomenon of forgetting Torah knowledge, which is Shichechat HaTorah. And like I was saying, the Talmud teaches us that God applauded Moshe for shattering the Luchot. He even told him, it's written, Yeyashar kochacha sheshibarta, meaning Hazaku Baruch for breaking the tablets. Why is that? Because now when Bnei Israel finish the Torah in Simchat Torah, they have to come back and restart Bereshit bara Elokim because of Shichechat HaTorah. If not for Shichechat HaTorah, if not for breaking the Shnei Luchot Avanim, what would be the point of restarting? And we know that because when we finish a parasha, there's a Chatzi Kaddish. Simchat Torah, we don't say that. Simchat Torah, we do vezot haberaha. Nobody speaks. We close the Torah. We open a new one and we start Bereshit bara Elokim. And then we say Chatzi Kaddish. This is to explain the juxtaposition of the last pasuk of vezot haberaha to the first pasuk, Bereshit bara Elokim. To tell Bnei Israel, to explain to the greats and the big Rabbanim, however great they are, that due to Shichechat HaTorah, even though you finish vezot haberaha, you still have to come back and study Bereshit bara Elokim. And from the last pasuk, we connect the breaking of the Luchot. We connect in saying that indeed, even though we are finished, but due to the Luchot that Moshe broke, we have the obligation not to be lazy. Remember, Shvirat Midot. And we start Bereshit bara Elokim. Shabbat, Shavua Tov.